Good morning, everyone. It's another week. Happy Monday. It is great to see you. Today, we are going to read a little bit about Helen Keller. I want to start finishing up this book because it's important. And you're going to need your calendar. And I don't know if you got this page in your packet. You should have. We're going to do a recycling page together. I would also like to start this tulip, assembling a tulip. So we're going to color the pot like we did with the daffodil. We're going to color the flowers. And you know, it's not that important to stay in the lines because we're going to color the flower and then we're going to cut it out and we're going to assemble it. So you're going to need this. And I would like to review pennies. So on Thursday, I sent out this packet. You should have gotten it by now. If not, that's okay. You can do it along with me today, and then you can do it by yourself at a different time. And if we have a chance, I would like to check on the chicks because they're getting very big, and I would like you to see their wingspan. So I'm going to need Missy for that. So what I would like you to do is get your flag. If you don't have a flag, you can use mine. Let's please stand, put your right hand over your heart, and do the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Great job. Okay, let's look at your calendar. Let's find the top of the calendar, the middle of the calendar, and the bottom of the calendar. Top, middle, and bottom. And at the top of your calendar, I want you to point to the month. What month do you see at the top of your calendar? Let's see which one. Which one do you see? I'm not going to say a word. Touch. If you chose the top one, April, you are correct. The month is April. Nice job. Looking at your calendar at the top, I would like you to point to the year. What year is it? The year is next to the month. Here is the month. So next to would be right here. The year is 2020. You did a great job with that. Now, I would like to know the days of the week. Touch the days of the week. Can you find the days of the week? All right, this calendar starts on Monday. So yesterday was Sunday, the 26th. So if yesterday was Sunday, what is today? Today is Monday, the 27th. Good job. So yesterday was Sunday the 26th. Find that on your paper, on your calendar, 26. Touch. What comes after 26? 27. And if we put our finger on 27 and we move up, we can see the day. Today is Monday. And then after 27 comes what number? 28. And tomorrow will be Tuesday. Great job. So looking outside, it's cloudy. It's cloudy and it's rainy. Is it cloudy and rainy by your house? It's cloudy. And I think it's going to rain today. What season is it? What season is it? Is it summer or is it spring? Well, everything is budding and blooming and growing. So if you chose the bottom answer, you are correct. It is spring. Good job. We haven't done this in a little bit. Let's find April. I know it's hard to see April. What is April's number? It's hard to see. Is April's number 3 or 4? I'll give you a hint. March, which was last month, was March. March's number was 3. So what is April's number? Is it 3 or 4? If you chose the number 4, you are correct. April is the 4th month of the year. Excellent. Well done. Okay, I would like to jump into some math. So if you would be so kind to get this out, put me on pause until you're ready. Breaking into the bank. So I'm going to put my glasses on because I have to read the directions. Circle all the pennies right in the coin. Okay, so looking at this, we need to find pennies. What color are pennies? Pennies are brown. So let's do a quick review. Which one is the penny? The penny would be small and brown. This is the penny. It has Abraham Lincoln on it. Good job. So that's what we need to find. We need to find pennies. So I am going to get a marker and I am going to circle the pennies. So let's see. Is this a penny? It's brown and it's small. Yeah, it's dark. Is this a penny? No, this is not a penny. What is this? That is a dime. So we're not going to circle that because we just want pennies. Actually, I'm going to put this up here. Okay. This is a penny. This is the back of a penny. So we're going to circle this. This is a nickel. That's the back of a nickel. This is not a penny. This is, can you see what that is? That is a quarter. So we're not going to circle that. There's another nickel, a dime. That is a Susan B. Anthony dollar. We are going to talk about that some more. I'm going to look and see if I have one to show you, a real one. But the Susan B. Anthony dollars, they're almost the size of a quarter. They're very similar to a quarter, so it's hard to see the difference between the quarter and the dollar coin. So a lot of times the Susan B. Anthony are mistaken for quarters. This is a $50, right? The $50 are very, very big. Let's see if I can find one. There we have it, $50. So here's a quarter, a nickel, a dime, another quarter. What is this? A nickel. And what is this? It's darker, smaller. It's a penny. $50. There's that Susan B. Anthony coin that we're going to have to research. That's the front and that's the back. And that is the quarter. So how many pennies did we circle? Well, let's count. We circled 1, 2, 3, right? 3 pennies. So how much money is 3 pennies? 3 pennies is worth 3 cents. So I'm going to write that in my piggy bank. We found, let's see, this is not a great marker. 3 cents. Good job. You did excellent with that. Now what I'd like to do is read to you about Helen Keller. Now we left off on chapter 3. And everybody looks like they're what? What's the environment? Where are they? Where do you think they are? By looking at the picture, where do you think they are? They look like they're in school. They're learning. In May 1888, Helen was ready for a new challenge. Shortly before her 8th birthday, she went to Boston with Annie. They went to Annie's old school, the Perkins Institute. There, Helen learned to read Braille. So what these children are doing is they are reading, but they can't see. So they're using their sense of touch to read. Braille is a form of writing. It was invented in France by a blind man named Louis Braille. So this is going to explain what Braille is exactly. Braille, it's patterns of raised dots. Patterns of raised dots stand for each letter of the alphabet. Using the Braille system, blind people who cannot see, can feel the letters with their fingertips. With this wonderful alphabet, Helen learned to read. So this is what Braille looks like. So A is 1 dot, and this is raised, so you would feel it. D is 2 dots, one above the other. C is also 2 dots, but they're across from each other. So this is not easy. You have to memorize what the alphabet is, what the dots stand for, what letters. Nothing worth obtaining is easy. You have to work hard. And that's okay. Working hard is good. Helen already loved words. Now she loved the stories that words could tell. She read many, many books. And then, using a special Braille typewriter, she wrote some stories of her own. So let's look. Where's the Braille typewriter? There she is. So this typewriter makes these raised patterns, these raised dots, so that you can use your fingertips to read. There was so much that Helen could learn at Perkins Institution. Soon, she and Annie began to spend winters in Boston and summers at home in Alabama. When Helen was 10 years old, she met another teacher in Boston. Her name was Sarah Fuller. Sarah wanted to teach Helen how to speak. Until then, Helen could speak only with her fingers. She could talk only to people who understood the special hand language. What is that called, the special hand language? Sign language. And we all use sign language in class. It's very interesting. So she was limited because not everybody knew sign language. So she could only talk to people who understood the sign language that Annie had taught her. Sarah wanted to teach Helen to speak with her mouth. First, Helen moved her hand over Sarah's face. She felt Sarah's lips and tongue when she spoke. Then Helen copied these movements. She tried to make sounds. When Helen's first spoken sentence was, "It is warm." Wow. It took a long, long time for Helen to improve her speech. She practiced a lot. And even when she got frustrated, she did not quit. She had to practice very hard. At first, only Annie and Sarah could understand what Helen said. Annie had to repeat Helen's words so others could understand too. But Helen was determined. What does that word determined mean? Helen was determined to speak on her own. That was her goal, to speak on her own. She was determined, which meant she was going to work very hard to make it happen. She was not going to quit. When you're determined, you're not going to quit. You're going to keep trying. Eventually, she learned how to speak more clearly. The more you do something, the better you get at it. When Helen spoke, everyone listened. Helen learned something else at the Perkins Institute. She learned how to read people's lips. She could actually see people's lips moving, but she could feel them with her fingers. By placing her hands on the lips and throat of a speaker, Helen could figure out what was being said. That's pretty interesting. Everyone was amazed at what Helen had learned. She was one of the first blind and deaf people to speak aloud and understand spoken words. She worked very, very hard, and she didn't give up. All right, we will do chapter 4 tomorrow when Helen was 14. Let me put a bookmark in that. All right, so what I would like you to do now, where is that recycling paper? Let's do recycling. Recycling, planting, it all benefits the earth. So I'm going to put this on here. And let's read the directions. Recycle right. Color each item, then draw a line to match to the correct bin. Okay, so let's talk about what we have. You can color them while we're talking, or you can color them later. We have a can. We have a sippy juice box. We have a bottle of ketchup. It's probably plastic. We have a cereal box, which would be cardboard. We have a plastic bag. We have a plastic cleaning bottle. We have a glass jar. We have paper. We have a broken light bulb. That looks like it would be dangerous. And why would that be dangerous? Because it's broken glass and it's very sharp. So if you break a light bulb or you break glass, go get somebody to help you clean it up. Don't attempt to clean it up by yourself because you could get really hurt. We have a can and we have a fish bone. Okay, so let's read. This can is for recycling and this can is for garbage. So what are some things that we recycle? Well, let's talk about metal. Cans are made of metal. Would that go in the recycling or would that go in the garbage? The can would go into the, recycling. The juice box, that would go in the garbage. The ketchup bottle, we would wash that out, rinse it out, and put it in the recycling. The cereal box, it depends where you live. Some people recycle cardboard, but I think this would go in the garbage. A plastic bag would also go in the garbage, but I would hope that you would use a plastic bag over again and recycle it. You can actually use it as a garbage bag. The next thing is a glass bottle. Glass can be recycled. It's not broken. Newspapers. Newspapers, that gets recycled. And this is glass, and we talked about it. We said that glass gets recycled, but this is broken. So we're going to put this carefully in the garbage. We're going to have an adult help us put that in the garbage. This is a can, so it looks like a cat food can or a tuna can. So when we're done, we're going to wash it out, rinse it out, and we're going to put it in the recycling bin. And what about this fish bone? Where do you think that goes? The fish bone is going to go in the garbage. Did we miss something? We missed the sprayer. The sprayer goes in the recycling. You did a great job with that. I have a question for you. Is it important to recycle? It is important to recycle. Why is that? We need to reduce garbage, and we do that by recycling and reusing. So if we recycle our garbage, our containers, rinse them out, put them in the recycling bin, then they do not go into the landfills, and it keeps our environment clean. Okay, and we don't diminish our resources. All right, speaking about a nice environment, let's make our environment nicer by making our tulips. So the first thing, well, you can do whatever you want. You put me on pause. You can color this first, the flower first, or the pot first. I think I'm going to color the pot first. I have my crayons right here, and I think I am going to choose to use what I used last time, which was I used like an orange and brown to make like a terracotta pot. You can make any kind of pot you want. You can draw, you could put stickers on your pot, you can make it different colors, you can make a rainbow pot. Actually, you know what? I think I'm going to get creative and draw a design on my pot. Let's see what you come up with. As you can see, you've inspired me to decorate my pot and use multiple colors, so many colors. So I have purple, I have yellow, I have blue, and I have gray. How many colors did I use? I used 1, 2, 3, 4 different colors. Now, if you notice, I did not color in the lines. I did not stay in the lines, and that is okay. You know, it's hard to stay in the lines sometimes. Nobody's perfect. So it's really not going to matter, because right now I am going to cut my pot out, and you're not going to see that I did not stay in the lines. So I want you to cut your pot out. Take your time. So I have completed coloring and cutting out my pot, and now I am going to color, cut, and start assembling my tulip. Now, what color are you going to color your tulip? I'm not sure what color I'm going to color mine, but tulips come in a variety of colors. They come in yellow and orange and purple and red, and some are have more than one color. They have 2 colors or 3. So you get creative with your tulip. I can't wait to see what color you choose. So as you can see, I chose to have my stem and leaves green because that's the color that they're supposed to be. And I chose 3 different types of red for my tulip. That's 1 color, 2, and 3. So now I am going to start cutting my tulip out. Up and down, and if you get tired, you can rest. I have cut out my parts of the plant, and I have my pot, and I am going to use this as a diagram, so it's almost like a map, so I know how to put my tulip together. So, the first thing I need is the stem. Can you please find the stem of your flower? Where's the stem? The stem would be the long, straight piece. So let's find the stem. I have the flower. I have a leaf. I have another leaf. And I have the stem. So I'm looking for the stem. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open my glue stick, turn the bottom, and I am going to put glue on my flower pot, make a line, And I am going to place my stem on my flower pot, right on top. Then I'm going to take 2 leaves. 1, 2. I have 2 leaves, and I am going to glue them on both sides of the stem. Just like that. So, we have the leaves, we have the stem, and what's left? What part is this? This is the actual flower, and this is where the seeds come from. So, I'm going to put that on the top, and we've made a tulip. Now, the tulip gets its nutrients from roots, which we don't have right now, but the roots would be in the ground, right? I can actually draw roots. You can draw them too, right? Just squiggles. Let's see if you can, let me do it better. Can you see that? That would be the roots of the plant. And that's how the plant gets its nutrients from the soil and water. And the nutrients go up through the stem. All the nutrients go through the stem and also through the leaves. But the leaves have a more important part. The leaves make food for the plant. And they do that by using the sun and the sunlight, and it's called photosynthesis. And so the plant gets food, which it makes from its leaves, and also gets food and nutrients from the roots. You did a great job on that. Mother's Day is coming up, so we have to think of a nice art project, something nice that we can make for your mom. So if you have any suggestions, please email me and let me know. You did a great job with that. Who's up for checking on the chicks? They've gotten really big. All right, let's go. Can you see how big they've gotten? I'm going to see if I can catch one and show you their wings. So this chick is an Australorp, and as you can see, he's very noisy. He's talking. So I'm going to see if I can... Oh. Hold on. Get! Sorry about that. Sorry for that interruption. My dog Jax wanted to check out what was going on. And unfortunately, for chicks, dogs are predators. And I had to quickly get up and make sure that he did not run in here because he opened the door, because I left it open a crack. That was my fault. But I had to quickly make sure that he didn't run in here and try to attack the chick. And that's a normal thing. We'll talk more about what a predator is. A predator is something that's going to harm another animal. So, back to our little guy here. Can you see how big his feet have gotten? Our little Australorp. And let's see if I can show you his wings. It's okay, little fella. Let's look. Wow, look how big and beautiful. Can you see how big? All right, little fella, you did such a good job. I'm going to bring you back to your friends. Mwah. This little guy is a Barnevelder. He's, it's a girl. She's smaller than the Australorp. She's very chill. But she's getting big. Let's check out her wings. Her wings are a little different. They're very, very soft. She's a lot smaller than the other chick. See how beautiful her wing is? They're very careful. Can you see? Oh, now she's talking to you. She's saying good morning. She's so beautiful. She's looking right at you. She's saying have a good week. All right, I'm going to put her back with her friends. Tomorrow, we will be coloring the baby chick, coloring it and cutting it out. And we're going to be doing the same with the egg. And we're also going to complete the second page of your math packet, your money packet. And that will be the penny toss. Circle all the pennies you can use to win the prize. And then we're going to do actually 2 pages. We're going to do this page and we're going to do the treasure chest. And it says put all the pennies in the treasure chest. So for homework tonight or sometime today, I want you to cut all these out and save them because we'll be using them for tomorrow. All right, so you're going to cut these out. You're going to take your time, take a break in between. You don't have to do it all at once, but cutting is very important, and you guys are doing such a great job with it. So keep up the good work, and then tomorrow we will paste them into the chest together. Try to get outside for a little bit. Looks like the sun's coming out a little bit. Get some exercise. Help out around the house. Maybe ask if you could help cook today. Do the dishes. And I will see you tomorrow. Have a great day.